All right, 8th grade, welcome back from spring break. Hope you guys had a wonderful and safe break. This video tutorial is just kind of sharing with you my collage station and just how to start the overall mechanism of your pop-up. So before I talk about these works of art here that are for your viewing pleasure along the back counter, I want to share with you my station real quick. So I have a whole bunch of different magazines that you all can access and use, okay? These have all kinds of different genres or topics, I guess you would call them, from food to fashion to home decor to, I think I even have some sports ones, travel ones, I don't know if I said that already, business ones. So thing number one is once you choose your song lyric, think about what genre or what topic magazine you might find some of your images in, okay? So I think I gave the example in class of like if you are doing a country lyric and you need a song with where the background would be like driving on a dirt road, you're probably not going to find the dirt road in Clean Eating, okay? So just choose the topic of magazine that might be helpful for the imagery that you're looking for. Okay, so that's step one. So please make sure that you keep all of these magazines organized. If you are going to go into this cabinet should look as beautiful as this by the time I come back. Okay. All right, next. I'm going to come back to, actually, no, I'll talk about this now. So anytime you pull something out of a magazine and it's a large scale image and you do not need it, please put it in the large magazine scraps. So right now there's a perfect image of a watch here. Somebody might need that. What's another one that might be in here? People. Somebody might need that. See how that's intact? It's a large scale image. Don't toss this in the trash. Just put it back over here, okay? Any small things you don't have to put back here. This is more for medium or large scale images, okay? Let's talk about my glue sticks. If you were gonna use one of my Yoo-Hoo glue sticks, this is roughly about $3 a glue stick. Do not lose this cap. Do not screw the glue stick all the way up to the top and then try and jam it back down. That's not smart, okay? So these are the better of the two glue sticks. You can also use this one. Crazy Glue, it's not quite as good, but I have more of them, okay? So in conclusion, do not lose the cap. Always make sure you cap these things. The caps like to roll away, okay? I don't want to come back and find all of my glue sticks uncapped like so. You have skizzers here. Use them appropriately. You have extra pop-up backing back here. You've got extra file folders, and you have extra stuff here that I will talk about in a moment. Okay, now the main thing I'm going to share with you right now is how to create this mechanism here. Okay, see how the dog on the pop-up is attached to this like little stair step thing? We are going to work on that together in just a moment. Okay, so let me take you over to my art table. All right, so in your bin you should have two of these, I think they're 6x9 file folders, okay? So they have a fold. The fold is right here, okay, like so. And you have two of them for a reason. To create that stair-step mechanism, it kind of creates holes in your overall fold right here. So you're eventually, once you create your stair-step pop-up mechanism here, this one is going to be glued on top of it like so, okay? I think you'll see what I mean in just a moment, all right? So I'm going to just wing this, but I want you all to look for, first of all, decide on your song lyric first, find some imagery, okay? Colors, textures, shapes, objects, backgrounds, people, whatever. Find that stuff first, tear it out of magazines, and then figure out how you're gonna wanna start assembling it, okay? From there, I would create the pop-up, okay? So decide what you want to be emphasized within your pop-up. So what the thing is that you want to pop up or you want the viewer to notice first, okay? You're always going to start your stair-step pop-up on pop-up mechanism directly on the fold, okay? So I'm gonna do that here. And so fold is here. Let me just double check. Yep, okay. So fold is here like so. Now, what I'm going to do for everything I want to pop up, I am going to draw a line, okay? So just watch me do this, and I think this will make sense. Okay, so let's say I want to have one thing that pops up, I don't know, just a small amount here. I'll draw two lines that are parallel to one another, make them roughly about 1 inch apart. Okay, that'll ensure that you can attach it appropriately. Let's say I want something to pop forward a lot or more. I'm gonna draw 2, and I want it in the center. I'm gonna draw 2 lines that are parallel, again, about 1 inch apart. Okay, they go up to about the same height. If you're OCD or like need measurements, use a ruler for that, okay? Let's say I want something to pop up, I don't know, in the middle, and I want it on the side here. Okay, I'm gonna draw 2 lines about 1 inch apart. They're parallel to one another, and they come up to the same height, okay? So having them come up to the same height is important as well, okay? So this is what I have, zoomy. Okay, I'm doing that right on the fold. So right here I have 3 sections that I will pop up, okay? Next part, I'm gonna go ahead and create these cuts, okay? So I think this might become a little bit clearer later on if you've ever made a pop-up card, okay? So I'm just going to cut directly on those lines. Those lines are parallel, they're about 1 inch apart, they come up to the same height. Cut on these lines. Okay, so I have cut all of these and these are ready to go. So I'm gonna have a pop-up here, here, and here, okay? Sometimes I like having them at different heights too, okay? Now at this point, before I do anything else, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fold this up like this. I like to pre-pop the pop-up part because this is the part that really becomes sculptural. Pre-pop the pop-up, okay. So I'm gonna fold it like that. I'm gonna crease it really well. Okay, and then I'm gonna fold it back down, kind of like so, right? Now at this point, I am going to open this up, okay? And it might stick together a little bit on you. It's fine, okay? So this is what I have on the inside on the fold. And at this point in time, I am going to pop this fold towards me and pinch it. Pop this fold toward me and pinch it. Pop this fold toward me and pinch it, okay? And then I'm going to, once it's kind of looks like little seats here, I'm gonna fold it over and smush it down just to kind of smush it. Get it all in there, make sure that it's gonna pop up when I open it. So watch, voila. Okay, so see how I have places to attach the pop-up, okay? So what I'm going to do, and I'm gonna share with you kind of how to do this, is let's say in just a moment I want the thinker to pop up. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to put that there, all right? You never really have pop-ups, things pop up on the top of these seats. It's always kind of on the front here, okay? So I'm gonna label this F for front. Okay, and I will attach items there in just a moment, okay? Now, when I go to close this, okay, see how this kind of looks like missing teeth here. This is where the other file folder comes in. Okay, let me zoom you all out real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, here we go. All right, this is where the other file folder comes in, okay? The fold basically shoves in there like so, and then you would glue this and this together. Let me zoom you all out. Okay. So I went from this, shoving it in here, lining up the folds, and I would glue this together. Okay. So this would represent my entire sculptural pop-up. Okay. So I would open it. Ta-da! Yay! Now right now it doesn't look like much, so we have to give it some personality, if you will, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this aside temporarily, but before I do, anytime you create a pop-up, you always want to mount your main objects. So the main things, the main parts of your image that you want to pop forward, you don't want to leave it on regular magazine paper because magazine paper is very thin, it's very glossy, it's very colorful, but it's super, super flimsy, okay? So if I were to mount this just like this on here, just as is, without a mounted manila bank backing, it would pop up, but it would kind of flop over immediately. Okay, so I'm gonna actually mount this on another piece. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, So I'm going to take this image because this is one of my main images that I'm going to use for my song lyric inspired pop-up. I'm going to take some time and cut this out. Now, am I really going to do that right now? No, but you are, okay? Because craftsmanship is important in making these look really good, getting you that mastery grade that you deserve, okay? So pretend that I cut this sort of better, okay? So right now I've got my main image for my song lyric, okay? And I want this to be pop forward, okay? I'm gonna grab another piece of Manila file folder, okay? So this is just another piece that I have, and I'm gonna use my glue stick, and I'm gonna glue this on here and cut it out again, okay? Now, please be generous with this glue stick. I love the Yoo-Hoo glue sticks. I think they're awesome, but they are just that. They are just glue sticks, okay? So glue stick can only get you so far, so please be generous with that glue stick. I'm gluing this on another scrap of file folder. Just grab these scraps from the back counter, and then we're gonna cut this out, okay? Cut it out again. Mounting this just stabilizes it so that when it pops forward, it really becomes 3D, okay? Now, a couple things. I would create these parts. I would also collage your background from this point, okay? So we'll talk about collage options in just a moment. I would choose all your things, collage the background here, okay? So do the collage background here, do the collage background here before you attach this on. Okay, I'll zoom you guys back out again, all right? So I think that makes sense. If you don't think it makes sense, that's up to you, okay? So I would collage this background here, collage the foreground here, and then start popping your pop-up together, okay? So this guy needs to go here because we want him to pop forward, okay? Now, a couple of things. This will frustrate you, so I'm just gonna tell you that up front. I am going to put some glue stick right on top of that F for front, okay? Remember, the pop-up doesn't go on the top part of the seat. It just goes on the very front. Okay, gluing this on, like so. And I'm gonna hold it for, I don't know, 30 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, pinching it together, okay? Talk to your elbow partner, your shoulder partner. Hey, how was your spring break? What's going on? What song lyric are you doing? I don't know, for like 30 seconds, okay? If you just kind of plop it down there and don't press it, it will not stay with the glue stick, okay? So let's pretend that I did this for about 30 seconds. At this point in time, this should, in theory, okay, let me open it towards y'all. Should, in theory, when I go to open it, pop forward like so. Okay, not too shabby, okay? So that is essentially how you create your pop-up. Okay, now there's so many other methods that are part of the slideshow that you can use. Please feel free to do that. I just want to share with you some of those things over here. So one thing that I like that this kiddo did right here is they have things that kind of you raise up, okay, when you open it. Okay, so this is basically just something that's mounted and it has like a little tab here that was glued on, okay? Really cool idea here. We have somebody that did an accordion fold behind this to make this pop out. That's really cool, okay? And again, it kind of wiggles like that. That's neat. You can figure out lots of different methods from the slideshow, so I'm just showing you one. Now, one thing I do want you to be mindful of is let's check out the collage part, okay? This kid has their main objects for their song lyric. That's cool, but they couldn't find a background that fit. Okay, so they kind of pieced it together using colors that kind of represented the sky and similar colors or different colors to represent the ground. Pretty neat. You can see that same technique done maybe a little bit better here. Okay, same thing with the grass, all right? The more effort that you put into matching your colors and overlapping them and thinking about the direction and thinking about piecing them together as part of a scene, the better this is going to look. Okay, you can see the combination here of the two techniques, choosing an overall image and then piecing it together with different colors that kind of match the sky in the background. It looks really, really cool. Okay, so that's really sort of the process you could go through for the collage. You might be able to find an entire background that you can use, kind of like this kid. Okay. In fact, I think they got a lot of it was the same image, and then they had to piece together a couple of different black areas for the background. Okay. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can do this. Okay. Step one is to choose your lyric. Choose magazine images, colors, textures, patterns, objects, backgrounds that fit your song lyric. Okay. And then start creating the 3D part of it, okay? And start collaging the background itself, okay? Remember, with a collage, you want to glue everything down. You want to overlap things, so you don't want anything peeling off on you, okay? Good luck. Just get started. Moderate effort. I'll be with you shortly.